Hey guys, it's May again, and I am back with a hit or miss card project. Remember, I'm asking you to be kind because I am putting my heart out there for you. So tonight's card is going to be a little elegant. That's what I'm going for, is elegant. So this is going to be an A2 size card. Just going to score it, fold it, and I do want to let you know that this was white core cardstock, which means it had a white edge, and I went ahead and inked around the edges, which is why my fingers have black ink on them. So let's put this guy away here and set that aside. Now what we're going to do first is I have got this mat that I'm going to put down. I think this is the prettiest cardstock. This is from Hobby Lobby, and the name of the pack is Magic of the Season. It is really, really pretty. And all I'm going to do with this is just mount it straight down to the card using my ATG. There's some really pretty stuff inside that Magic of the Season pack. And it's not new. They had it last year. I remember because I bought it. Actually, I think they had it 2 years ago because I think I bought it before the house fire. And then I replaced it because I just love it. So, place that down on our card. I think that's so pretty. Now then, the stamps that I'm going to use tonight is from Close to My Heart. It is one of their winter stamp sets from last year. I'm going to be using this Christmas tree, and I'm also going to be using this Merry Christmas sentiment. Now, I do not remember the name of the stamp set, but I can tell you the number is D1512. So if they still sell it, that's how you can get it. And if you need a Close to My Heart representative, I know one that can work with you, okay? All right, so I'm going to move this aside. We're going to do some heat embossing tonight, and I'm going to start with the Christmas tree. Now, this paper I'm using has texture. It is a linen fill paper, and I'm okay with that. And the reason I am is because I don't mind if this tree looks a little vintage. I'm kind of into vintage this year, which is really odd because that's not really me. But I've put the tree onto my block, and I'm going to ink it up really well with some Versamark ink. And I'm really going to ink it up because I want it to be really good and sticky because of the texture in the paper. I just feel like that will help it. Okay, and I'm using my Fiskars stamp press. I'm going to put my paper into my grid lines. I'm going to move it up so you can see it. Find a corner of the grid lines here to help me kind of make sure I get this nice and even. And I'm going to try to get this as central as possible. I'm going to press it in really good. I just thought that the pattern in this stamp matched the pattern in that paper pretty good. I know you can't see that right now, but in a moment you'll be able to see it. What we're going to do is, using some scrap paper, I'm going to place this here. So the embossing powder I'm going to use is gold embossing powder from Ranger. I got this from Blitzy. Again, I'll try to find links for things. And now we're just going to pour this onto our tree. Don't worry about putting too much, because once you get it there, you're just going to tap it off, any excess, flip it over, thump it, and then bring it back. And you really can't see it right now, but you'll see it in just a minute. And what you'll do here is just fold that paper up and just put all your embossing powder right back into your bottle so you don't lose any of it. And I'm going to put the lid on for a minute. We're going to emboss again in a second. Let's go ahead and get our heat tool out. And I'm just going to put a little pin here to hold it so I don't burn my hand. And here we go. So there is our tree embossed, and it's really glittery and pretty, and it really does look real vintage. So I'm going to leave that there for a minute, let that cool off. And now I want to work on our sentiment. I'm going to ink it up in some Memento Black, Tuxedo Black I should say. And I'm going to stamp it on this little piece of cream paper. This is such a pretty sentiment. The way it's written, the handwriting, look how pretty that is. I love it. And again, I like it on this paper because it gives it a vintage feel. Now I'm going to make this like a little banner, like we did on our last card. Just going to go into the middle and then meet that one. And meet it. And we get a cute little banner. Now, let's bring the card back over. Now, I love this Christmas tree. I think it's beautiful and I wanted to show, but I want to round the edges because I really think that those edges are a little bit too crisp. And I'm going to use the 1/2 inch on the corner chop because I really want them rounded. See, that's really going to show that paper off. And for one more added step, I am going to ink just a little bit with some Memento Black, just for that extra vintage touch. Run some ATG. Bring our card back over, make sure I have it open right. It is. Place that down. Oh, it's looking so pretty so far. And now I want to decide, and I really like it in this area, or even here, or down low, or up high. I just don't know yet. I am going to trim this down a little bit. It's a little too wide for me. Okay, so I've trimmed this down, and now I'm going to ink the edges just slightly like we did on the tree part. I'm really just kind of standing it up to get that black edge. I don't really want to muddy this cream paper up. So there's our sentiment, and I'm going to put it about in this area. I want it to come off of the cream, so I'm going to trim this down to where I inked it. And this calls for dimensionals. Take it to the edge of the cream paper and place it down. Okay guys, there it is. It's another hit or miss card. You have to decide if this one is a hit or if it's a miss. Remember, again, I put my heart in your hand. So, but I do want you to be honest, see what you think, and let me know. Talk to you guys real soon, and Merry Christmas. Bye-bye.